Now, at lightweight, put Patricio Pitbull into this Shark Tank, and my goodness, it isn't ever getting deep. Derek Campos, Brandon Gertz coming off significant injuries, but you see how important this fight is now for Saad Awad and Derek Anderson.
Yeah, it's one of those things you can't afford to lose. You fall too far down the ladder. But it is a stacked division full of sharks.
These two have a common opponent, Patricio Pitbull.
That's right, and the way they fought him determined the fight. To me, Derek Anderson, very high activity level. He fought from the outside. He never stopped throwing, always angling, always punching, very, very busy. Saad Awad, more of a power punching kind of guy. He waited a bit more, tried to kind of lure Patricio Pitbull into some traps, but his activity level wasn't that high. They traded takedowns, traded big bombs. He gave Patricio Pitbull, who's usually not a very busy fighter, a lot of opportunities to take the rounds. Both of them very close fights. Also, Saad Awad breaking his hand early, but the activity level is what cost him that fight to me.
That left hand injury so significant over the last few months for Saad Awad. Big one at 155. Here's Michael C. Williams.
And now, ready to make his way to the cage, Derek the Barbarian Anderson.
When he was younger, Derek Anderson told us the other day, I thought someday I'll be ready for anything. Now, I've got my adult stamp. So this young man, once homeless, once lived in his van, he grilled food in the park just to survive. He thinks that someday is now. And Jimmy, what's fascinating to me about Derek Anderson is that there's been no fascination with him yet. 13-2, 2 wins over world title challenger in Patricio Pitbull, some highlight reel, YouTube, gift quality finishes, yet somehow he's managed to stay in the shadows.
11 finishes in 13 fights. A lot of it's about timing. It's about getting the right finish at the right time against the right guy. And those periods of inactivity have really hurt him. But remember, decision loss to Brent Primus, who's been blowing through everybody. Submission loss to Marcin Held, no shame in that. Top guys have beaten him, and against Patricio Pitbull, he's gotten a lot of attention. He's 2-0. Don't forget that.
And still just 26 years old. I think even internally sometimes we overlook him when we're talking about the young guns and the up-and-comers in Bellator, particularly in this stacked lightweight division.
Now ready to make his way to the cage, Saad the Assassin Awad.
What a year it's been. The day you become a father is the day you ought to remember as the best day of your life, but not for this man, Saad Awad, because last winter, when he looked into the eyes of the daughter he just met, the daughter he could only hold with his right hand because the left hand had just been surgically repaired, everything crystallized. He had no money and one hand. The time had come to use his abundant talent, not to make himself a champion, but to make a better life for his daughter. And Jimmy, we have seen that talent before. Just ask Will Brooks.
That's right. The shot that fell Will Brooks, look at it here, was a short one too, right over the top. Didn't have a lot of room to land the punch, but look how he never let him off the hook. A tenacious finisher. Not only power, if he gets you hurt, he is all over you looking for the finish. That's the kind of performance he wants tonight. But remember, against Cyborg Santos, hey, give me a minute, I'm good. Give me an hour, I'm great. Give me 6 months, I'm unbeatable. That was a short notice fight. He walked in at 170. He said, I had no money, I had to take the fight, and he got the win. He's had time to prep for this fight. Should be at his best.
The Tail of the Tape brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
And part of Derek Anderson's success, he usually has a height and reach advantage. Tonight, only 1 inch of height, only 1 inch of reach.
presented by Miller Lite. Bellator MMA now moves to the lightweight division. Set for 3 5-minute rounds. We go to the blue corner first. At 6 foot, he weighed in 155.6 pounds. His professional record, 13 wins, just 2 defeats. Fighting out of Carlsbad, California, Derek the Barbarian Anderson. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. At 5'11", weighing in 155.5 pounds. As a professional, he brings 19 victories with 7 defeats. Hailing from San Bernardino, California, introducing Saad the Assassin Awad. And the referee in charge of the action, Jason Herzog.
In the main event tonight, we will determine the #1 contender for Michael Chandler's lightweight world title. Who will be next on that list? The winner here stakes the claim. Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time. This does not figure to be subtle.
First punch is in. Oh, good right hand. Those guys are throwing power punches to start with. Lead right hands. I'm not feeling it out here. It's exactly what Derek Anderson promised. I'm getting back to my savage ways, like when I was younger.
As his career has moved forward, his fights have gone longer. He wants to reverse that trend, take it out of the judge's hands. Thought he won the Brent Primus fight.
One thing about Awad is he tends to keep his hands low and his chin high. Part of his style. Oh,
good left by Awad.
And what did we say? When he gets you hurt, he stays on you.
Derek Anderson has never been knocked out.
Now trying to scramble. Good job by Awad, keeping him down. Want that wrestling ride, almost a cradle. And wrist control. Anderson still holding on to that leg. Does he let him go? Does he commit to the guillotine? Maybe a gator roll from here. He has a few options. He's committing to it. Switching to the darce.
Derek Anderson trying to free that right leg, and he does.
It's not going to help if he can keep walking his legs. He can still get choked from here.
Not a lot of movement.
Nice transition. Awad knew it wasn't there, and he got out.
Veteran move.
Both guys can't get banged.
This was an under-the-radar show-stealer potential to fight.
Under the radar, except to everyone at Bellator. This is the one behind the scenes. You and I were talking about it. Fight of the night potential. Another good right hand.
These are heavy, heavy shots for the opening round.
But both guys stand tall, too. I mean, they're there to be hit. Neither guy are really a defensive specialist. The defense is their offense, generally. Well, these guys acting like the jab doesn't exist.
The what now?
That, what he just threw? More of those, maybe. Looking at Derek Anderson's styles, he's so aggressive, tends to give away his reach advantage when he has one. It's slight here, but he's not using it.
Good lead left. Now both guys have scored with a jab after keeping it in their pocket in the early part of round 1.
I think they were listening to me. Nice level change. Perfect timing on that. Well, going for the triangle. Gonna try and free his right leg. He's trapped under the hip right now. He's angling.
was able to get that right leg free defensively about a minute ago.
Now he's got it.
Offensively. Remember, Saad Awad ground and pounded his way out of the submission attempt of Cyborg Santos when they met in May. Can he do the same thing here?
No, not from this. It was a very different submission. He's got a mile of legs wrapped around his head. So he's trying to keep pressure on Derek Anderson. Derek Anderson trying to walk over it now, trying to change the angle. Going to the arm.
A lot of time left in round one.
Problem is that relieves the pressure of the triangle when you go to the arm like that. This gives Saad Awad a second wind, but can he use it to get out? Man, 25 seconds going to Umaplata.
Saad Awad's submission defense is what won him the fight against Saad.
Oh man, this is deep. Very deep. So hard to finish. Steps over, becomes a sweep. Wow.
We told you this had fight of the night potential. A spectacular and diverse round number one.
He's got a mouth. It's nothing big. We'll let him work on it. No cuts, but he's got a little. Lean back. Hey, with you being light on your feet like that, he can't hit you. You got to keep that bounce, okay? Focus on your breathing real quick.
Hey, it's a one-trick pony and it's the right hook. He fakes the jab to the body and throws the right hook. He's aware of that right hook and he keeps it too fast.
Get a little water, please. A little water for him.
Beautiful stuff by both guys.
How on earth did you score round one?
10-9 Saad Awad, and I'll tell you why. I thought he did a little better on the feet. Derek Anderson got the advantage on the ground, but Saad Awad came close with that Darce early. So I think that Saad Awad's advantage on the feet was a little bigger than Derek Anderson's advantage on the ground.
How close were you to going 10-10?
That's so close, so close. But I went 10-9 Saad Awad. For that reason, he had his moments on the ground too.
This has been the fight of the night tomorrow. But what will be the fight of the night tomorrow? This has been the one so far this evening. Robert Guerrero returns to the ring against David Peralta. Consequences there at welterweight. Your boxing champions, PBC on Spike tomorrow night at 9, right here at the Pond in Anaheim.
Both guys swinging with no fear.
You see the mouse under the right eye of Derek Anderson.
Might give him a little more urgency, not that he needs it. You can hear the wind when these guys throw big shots.
I'm sorry, is there more urgency possible here?
Yeah, seriously. Look at that, they're both just looking for opportunities to lay the other guy out.
I'll tell you what, we see Rory McDonald for the first time, and this is the next fight that we see right after it. That's Derek Anderson using that reach, that left jab, trying to keep Saad Awad at bay.
A little more head movement too in this second round. Trying to get a little bit more loose. Trying to get his head moving side to side. Nice short right by Saad Awad. Derek Anderson so far outlanding him in round two. The consistency of the leg kick. It's a weapon you have to use consistently.
Overhand left from Derek Anderson. He said Derek Anderson hasn't been that knockout puncher, but the volume just keeps coming. Saad Awad not nearly as much success, and a great level change. Ducking under a Derek Anderson hook in round one, not here.
And Saad Awad taking big breaths. One thing about being a power puncher, it takes a lot of energy.
In his corner, Saad Awad's close friend, Georgie Karahanyan, who scored a truly impressive highlight reel opening minute knockout of Bubba Jenkins earlier tonight. Catches the leg and spins into that takedown.
One hook in.
Vintage Saad Awad right now.
Half kind of wrestling right now, pulls him in. Wants that hook around and he gets it.
Remember, one of the most most memorable submissions in Bellator history. Saad Awad scored a submission win while he was knocked out.
Yep.
Didn't remember it. Won the fight elbows.
Yep. Joe Duarte got him in a triangle, elbowed him into submission. TKO victory. That's Derek Anderson's turn. Man, what a fight.
One counter after another.
He wants the other arm under the chin, though. Hard to finish this. It can be done. He needs to get that arm deeper. Saad Awad rolling to his left side because that's the side that the triangle body lock is locked up. Those long legs, it's hard to get a guy like Derek Anderson off your back.
Round one of the best we have seen in Bellator all year between these two. And it hasn't just been these two guys standing up and banging like they said they would. The fight has been all over the cage.
And it's been all action. They haven't taken a break. You wonder how much that triangle at the end of round one took out of Saad Awad. Couldn't breathe, not a lot of blood to the head, had to fight really hard to get out of it. He hasn't shown a lot of energy since then.
Anderson seemed to have him in trouble late in round number one. Running forward again here late in round two.
Trying to turn, but that body triangle is so tight.
And those long legs of Derek Anderson, what makes him so dangerous. We've seen a lot of variety from these two in a very evenly matched, very entertaining fight through two.
He don't got nothing for you on the ground. No. Take him back down. Get him up and take him down. Get back on his back and beat him up. Finish it, you know what I mean? Don't take a chance of him getting lucky, you know what I'm saying? All right.
Let you decide. And I'll tell you what, he's already getting the next generation ready. Dress like a champion. Start him young. These two
dress for the job you want.
These two have fought like champions. And talk about dress for the job you want, they have fought like the champions they want to be. Through two rounds, how do you see it?
I have it all tied up. 19-19, gave Anderson the last round. Saad Awad needs to get it back, the mojo he had in round one.
So you want to be an MMA judge.
The crap I get for a scorecard that doesn't cost anyone money, I would never be an MMA judge.
You know they have this thing on Twitter called Block, right?
Yeah, I use it every now and then. Every now and then.
It's very therapeutic.
Broken the hearts of a lot of guys drinking beer on their couch.
I don't know if Derek Anderson Saad Awad used the block button on Twitter, but they haven't used it very much in this fight. No.
Derek Anderson, a little more head movement, a little more jabbing, and the leg kick. Man, great stuff.
Nobody backing up.
But look at that sequence. One big punch from Saad Awad and then 3 or 4 by Derek Anderson. Maybe not as powerful, but he's slinging him. He throws a lot more. He's more of a volume guy.
This has been great stuff.
You have to wonder if you're Saad Awad, what it takes to get this kid out of here. It's tough to see a guy in front of you still throwing a lot when you've really hurt him, when you've really hit him with some big punches.
That's the book on Derek Anderson. You don't get to 13-2 against some high-level competition without having that gas tank. We talk about him throwing volumes, and you keep waiting for him to gas, and he never does. Both of these two suffering significant injuries over the last year, overcoming adversity. Both had their careers crystallized.
Side turn. See after those 2 punches, he drops his hand right to his waist. Makes the counter punch pretty easy. Trying that strafing right hand. Halfway through, I think this round is pretty much dead even.
This is going to take all 15 minutes to decide, it appears.
Awad has landed a couple of good right hands. Derek Anderson, more accurate with the jab. Who do you give it to?
Awad just a little slower on those counter shots than he was earlier in the fight.
Let's not discount the leg kicks.
Yep.
Well, nice one. Derek Anderson's landed some good leg kicks. I think they have him slightly ahead. Nice right.
This has been phenomenal. Sean Merriman, who is here, former All-Pro. He is loving every minute.
Right.
And Derek Anderson doesn't even take a step backwards. That is disheartening when you hit a guy that hard. In minute 14.
Swinging like there's no tomorrow.
It's one thing for two fighters to come out swinging that way. It's another to continue the entire fight. Minute 15. How do you choose between them?
If he can get a takedown, a little ground and pound, might ice the round, but he can't get it. Nice elbow over the top.
And Awad the level change, and he walks into some trouble.
No guard, no guillotine. Maybe in half guard, but it's not going to fish the guillotine from him.
Trying to get that right leg free.
No good. Going for the arm bar.
Awad holding his position. This was 15 minutes of offense. Derek Anderson and Saad Awad fighting through desperation, deliver one of the fights of the year in Bellator. Oftentimes, the seeds of a fight of the night are planted. They don't come to fruition. This one absolutely did. How did it turn out?
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your 3 cage-side judges. Your first judge, Ron McCarthy, scores the fight 30-27, while judges Michael Bell and Chris Crail both see the fight the same at 29-28. All three have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Derek the Barbarian Anderson.
26 years old, he has already fought some wars inside the Bellator cage, and if you didn't know Derek Anderson before, now you know.
I'm here with Derek the Barbaric Anderson. Derek, there are fights, and then there are wars. You talked about wanting to get back to your savage ways. That was a savage fight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah. You know, I was trying to go out here, put on the performance of the night. I think we did pretty damn good. I don't think I performed quite as well as I wanted to. But I still think that'll put me up where I need to be. I want to go for that title shot. I want it as soon as possible. I don't care who's next in line, you know what I mean? I wish I could jump right up in there. But, you know, if I got to wait my turn, I got to wait my turn. But I'm here to fight. I need to make some money. Let's do it.
At the end of the first round, a very tough first round for you, you went in there in the second round with so much energy. Where'd that come from?
You know, I'm in good shape. I train hard. You know, I'm just figuring these weight cuts and rehydrations out so I can keep my energy in the cage. And, you know, he put a good choke on me in that first round, real tight. I was going to go to sleep. I didn't care. I wasn't going to tap out. But I got out, powered through, ended up on top, ground and pound, came out. I knew I needed to work a little harder. I knew he was tougher than I thought. So there you go. That's what you got.
You got it, man. Always tough. A war. Congratulations again. We'll see you soon. Derek the Barbaric Anderson.
14-2, but a ladder climbing victory for Derek Anderson in the lightweight division.